But as you can tell, we officially have a full-on Nether boss in this update. Hello everyone, Bryant Vidals, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another resource pack review. Anyways guys, in this add-on, we will actually have the Nether and other biomes updated with new mobs and new stuff in general, like new trees and all that, which is honestly super cool. So before we get started into the video, I just want to point out that the download link to this add-on will be in the description down below. So make sure you guys download that add-on, the link down below, and make sure you guys actually download the resource and the behavior pack, so you guys can actually play on this. And honestly, this is just so cool. Before we get started with this video, let's try to go for 50 likes. I know that's incredibly high like goal, but I genuinely think we can do it. This add-on is just super cool, and I'm really excited to show you this because it has plenty of new mobs. So let's just get started. You guys do not actually need to turn on experimental gameplay. So in case you were wondering if you needed to turn on experimental gameplay, you actually do not. So let's just get started right here on the first mob that we have. I have a bunch of mobs right over here. These are only a few of the mobs this add-on has to offer. There's a bunch more that this add-on has, but we're just gonna start off with this. So first thing we have over here is we have the dusty skeleton. So these can be found in the desert. As you can tell, it looks pretty cool. We also have a private skeleton. So these private skeletons can be found around the oceans, I believe. And we also have a undead head. So this is how an undead head looks like. They look pretty intimidating, honestly. These come with so much new mobs that I didn't even think were possible. And honestly, these mobs are just so creative and definitely should be added into the game. We also have a mummy minion, which can be found in the desert biome. So let's just spawn one of them in. As you can tell, the desert mummy minion does shows no mercy. They attack, you know, other mobs like without no hesitation. So that is definitely pretty intimidating. And we have the mummy right over here, which once again obviously can be found in the desert. So as you can tell, the mummy looks pretty intimidating. You guys can actually find all of these mobs naturally in your survival world. So if you guys add this add-on right over here and you go to like a desert, for example, you can actually find those kind of mobs. So that is definitely pretty cool. And we also have a false cactus right over here. So we just spawn that in. As you can see, we have a cactus right over there. Obviously it's a false cactus, and this cactus is actually pretty tall, so that is definitely pretty cool and adds way more to the environment in the desert. It makes them way more realistic. So over here we have the hail raiser, which is pretty much a mob that can be found in the nether. We actually spawned it right over here. As you can tell, this looks so intimidating, and this is actually one of the bosses in this add-on. So this is the nether boss pretty much. We're actually going to be fighting this boss later on in this video with some cheap armor. So yeah, wishes luck for that. We also have the sand shark, the beach sand shark. So let's just spawn this guy right over here. We'll just spawn him in the water, I suppose. So this is pretty much just like a hammerhead shark, but it is in the sand. Like these guys like live on the sand. As you can tell, they do not live on the water. As you can see, if we actually try putting them in the water, they will actually suffocate. So these can be found in the actual sand right over here. As you can tell, they actually survive through the sand, and like their skin is very sandy. They blend in with the sand, so they can actually survive there. We also have a clam warrior, so these can be found in beaches or near other areas, and we just spawned it in. There you go. That is how the clam warrior looks like. The clam warrior looks really cool, and they also come in different colors, so that is definitely pretty cool. We also have a parasite, looks kind of ooey and icky. We also have a guardian pigman, which obviously can be found in the nether. So let's actually just spawn this in, and as you can tell, this is the guardian pigman. The guardian pigman looks pretty cool. We also have a coconut tree facing the north. So these can really enhance beaches, honestly. I mean, they would really make beaches to look far more better, especially, you know, with these palm trees over here. They look so nice and really add more to the game and make everything look way more majestic and realistic. Over here we have the yeti crab. So these yeti crabs can be found in the beaches pretty much, and like deserts and all that. So that is definitely pretty cool. We also have a toxic head. So this is a toxic head. I'm pretty sure we need to go somewhere in the shade to spawn this mob. So that is a toxic head right over here. We also have a coconut tree facing the south right over here, facing the other direction. So you guys can actually pick out palm trees where they actually point out in a specific direction. So that is definitely pretty cool. And we also have a nether creeper. Actually find find these guys in the nether, but we're just gonna spawn them in the overworld just for convenience. But yeah, this is the nether creep, so that is definitely pretty scary. You know, they do look like a creep. Then we also have the flower trap. This kind of reminds me of like the Venus fly trap, but not exactly. It is slightly different. So let's just spawn this bad boy in, and it will actually like close in eventually. As you can tell, they actually do come in different colors, so that's actually pretty cool. We also have the black scorpion, so this is how you would expect a scorpion to look like. We also have a civilian pigman, which obviously can be found in the nether. So let's just spawn this bad boy in. As you can tell, it is a regular pig, but it's like human, like the Steve skin, you know, it has legs and arms and all that, and it does not walk on 4 feet. We also have this thing right over here, which looks so scary. Do you guys see that? I think that is like a husk, but with like without its body and all that. As you can see, like the ribs and all that. That is definitely pretty scary. We also have a cactus warrior, which can obviously be found in the desert, and as you can tell, these guys show no mercy and will actually go in for the attack. So if you're actually see these guys in the desert, make sure to beware, because these guys can really give off a nasty blow. Blaze King, so yeah, this can also be found in the nether. We also have the Blaze King right over here, which is another boss of the nether, which is pretty cool, because many of you guys have actually been killing me in the comment section, like after my cave update video. If you have not seen the cave update video, it will be in annotation on the top right. You can see that I show you a pretty much like a concept of the cave update in a add-on. We also have the redstone cutlass right over here. The spawn bloodstone golem. So let's just spawn this guy in, and this guy can be found in the nether, and he looks so intimidating and really does give off a nasty blow. So be careful when you fight this guy. Oh, there's an ice cream truck out my house. Have a grub right over here, so let's just spawn this guy right over here. This is how a grub looks like. It looks kind of ooey and gooey, sort of like the parasite that we spawned a couple of minutes ago. Then we have a Vengenient soul right over here. This is how it looks like. These can be found, I believe, like, oh my god, these things are so scary. I'm pretty sure these can be found in the nether. But oh my god, that is just so intimidating. We also have a undercrawler right over here. This is how a undercrawler looks like. The cyan scorpion, so this is pretty much the same thing as the scorpion we saw before, but it is cyan. Dungeness crab right over here. So I assume these can be found in like caves, so be careful when you go in dungeons, because you might bump into this guy right over here. And yeah, we also have a coconut crab. So let's just, oh my god, this guy just looks so scary. The coconut crab is right over here, so make sure you guys actually watch out for the coconut crab. We also have a Arctic spider crab. Obviously, these can be found in the snow biomes, and as you can tell, these guys have incredibly long legs, so be careful when you go to the snow biomes, because you guys can actually bump into these guys, and that is just, you do not want to bump into these guys. Imagine seeing this in real life. So these are flat out just living dinosaurs, but they can only survive in the darkness. They cannot actually move out of like the darkness, and there's actually zombies that can ride on it every now and then, so that is definitely really cool. The nether bound right over here, so let's just spawn in the nether bound right over here. As you can tell, the nether bound looks pretty darn intimidating, if I do say so myself. Terranian, so let's just spawn in this bad boy, and it definitely looks really creepy and really intimidating. Then we have the manta ray, which obviously can be found in the ocean. So let's just spawn in this bad boy, and let's see how he looks like. As you can tell, he looks like a full-on ray. Honestly, they should have added this in the update aquatic, but hopefully they add like some sort of ray in the future, because honestly, I would definitely love to see that. We also have a another palm tree facing west right over here, and we have another one facing east. We also have a Bedinja. I'm not even going to try pronouncing it, but yeah, let's just spawn this in right over here, and oh my god, this just looks so creepy. Let's just spawn him in here. As you can tell, that's how the trench predator looks like. I'm pretty sure these guys can be found in caves or the nether. We also have a unharmed right up here, so this is how a unharmed looks like. We also have a yellow scorpion, which is the one I like found in Mexico. Well, I found a scorpion that was yellow. Obviously, it did not look like that. It was like smaller, but yeah, this is how the yellow scorpion looks like. Definitely pretty intimidating. With the headless, so we'll just spawn in the headless right over here. Yeah, as you can tell, this is pretty much these can be found in the nether, and like their name, they are headless. They have no head, so that is definitely pretty darn intimidating. And we have another scorpion, but this time we have a green scorpion. Oh my god, these guys look so scary. We also have the big cactus warrior, so let's just spawn this in. And as you can tell, this guy has a cactus as a sword, and he has cactus armor. And literally his legs are a bunch of sand, so that is definitely pretty unique and something that Mojang definitely needs to keep in mind when they do their future updates. We also have the Japanese spider crab. Oh my god, these guys look so intimidating. We also have a coral brown, so these guys can obviously be found underwater. They kind of remind me of like drowns from the game. We also have a undead pharaoh, so this is how the undead pharaoh looks like. And the undead pharaoh looks so creepy. A brute pigman right over here, so this is how the this pigman looks like. Oh my god, this pigman looks really buff and has that like weird weapon with spikes on it, so yeah. And the last thing we have to show off is seashells, which obviously can be found near the waters. Now, like I said, you guys can actually find all of these mobs naturally generated in your world when you have this behavior pack and a resource pack. Anyways, guys, like I promised, we're actually going to be going to the Nether, and we're going to be fighting the 2 bosses in this add-on. Okay, guys, so we officially got all our stuff. We have a shield, full iron armor, a bow, gapples, and a iron sword. So let's actually spawn in the Hellraiser right over here. Let's take a quick little gap right now, and let's try to attack this guy. As you can tell, this guy's main attack is to actually shoot out fireballs, so you guys can actually find these guys naturally generated in a like nether fortress and stuff. As you can tell, he shoots out a lot of fireballs, and honestly, be careful when you fight this thing. I think the best tactic to actually kill him is use a bow, so I'm just gonna be using a bow for now on. So yeah, keep in mind that multiple of these can be fighting you at the same time, and I'm already struggling with fighting just one with like full iron gear. So yeah, obviously this would be easier if you have like better gear. But yeah, as you can tell, he actually dropped some pretty OP loot. As you can tell, he dropped some diamonds, magma blocks, and gold nuggets. So let's actually fight the Blaze King now. So yeah, hopefully the Blaze King is not as difficult as the last boss. But as you can tell, the animation looks so detailed and so incredible. And as you can tell, just like the other boss, he shoots out fireballs as his main attack, and he has like this fire ring surrounding him. So yeah, I'm gonna just try bowing him for now on. He kind of reminds me of like the Wither. But yeah, if you guys actually have no armor and you find one of these mobs, then you are pretty much just toast. So before you go into the Nether, I recommend that you guys actually bring like iron armor like I am right now, and some sort of heal boost, because then you will have a better chance to fight these guys. And this guy has so much health, and as you can tell, they're just non-stop shooting me with fireballs of both of the gas and this guy. There's actually a gas nearby, so that is definitely makes this boss way more harder. And as you can tell, this guy has so much HP. Oh my god, I'm literally almost about to die. We gotta just keep on killing him right over here, swinging with my sword. Oh shoot, yep, the guy's shooting, just keep on shooting fireballs at me. And okay, I think he's pretty low. He's gotta be low at this point. Definitely be careful when you actually find this thing and actually decide to battle it. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna die. We failed to kill him. So if you're gonna fight that boss, I highly recommend you bring a diamond armor or diamond gear of that sort, because even with the iron gear, I still lost to that boss. So yeah, as you can tell, that boss is certainly nothing to mess with. Anyways guys, that is pretty much it for this video. If this video does help you out in any way, shape, or form, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or even want to collab with me to be featured in one of my future videos, make sure to hit me up on my Twitter. My Twitter will pop up on the screen right now. You guys can also hit me up on my Instagram, which my Instagram will also pop up on the screen right now. Lastly, you guys can contact me on my Discord, which will also pop up on the screen right now. Anyways guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, French fries.